Have you ever felt drawn to a certain animal without quite knowing why? Perhaps a silent gaze from a deer in the forest stilled your breath. Or maybe the gentle rhythm of waves reminded you of a dolphin's dance beneath the surface. What if these moments weren't coincidences, but whispers from the universe reminding you of something deeper? Welcome, soul traveler. You're about to embark on a journey that reveals the ancient connection between your birth month and your spirit animal. This isn't about astrology or fortune telling, it's about resonance, it's about energy, and it's about remembering the quiet truth your spirit already knows. Spirit animals are not just symbols, they are energetic mirrors of who we are, who we're becoming, and what our soul longs to express. Each of us, depending on the month we entered this world, carries a rhythm that aligns with a creature of the earth, sea, or sky. Some bring the wisdom of the owl, some the resilience of the bear, others the freedom of the butterfly. What you're about to discover may surprise you, because the spirit animal that walks with you may not be the one you expect. But once it's revealed, something inside you will shift. You'll feel it, a sense of recognition, a sense of peace, a sense of coming home. So take a breath, slow down. Let the world grow quiet around you. This isn't just information, it's an unveiling, it's a remembering, and it's just for you. As we move through each month, listen not just with your ears, but with your intuition. Watch for the creature that stirs something within. That's your sign. Let's begin. January, the silent watcher, the owl's wisdom. Those born in January often carry an ancient calm with them, something that doesn't always show on the outside, but lives quietly in their spirit. The animal that walks beside them in the unseen world is the owl. Not just because the owl is wise, but because it sees what others do not. It waits, it watches, and it listens deeply. The energy of the owl is soft but certain. It doesn't chase answers, it allows them to arrive. And that is something January souls understand. They may not speak much, but when they do, their words land with quiet meaning. Like an owl in the night, they observe things that go unnoticed. They are often the ones who sense when something isn't right, even if no one has said a word. You might know someone like this, a person who always seems calm, even in the middle of uncertainty. Someone who listens more than they speak, but when they speak, you feel heard in a way that's hard to explain. Their presence is steady, even healing. That is owl energy. For those born in January, this spirit animal teaches them the value of stillness. It reminds them that their power doesn't come from loud movements or bright displays. It comes from their ability to hold space for themselves and for others, to witness without judgment, to know even when no one else does. The owl also carries a message. Trust what you see in the dark, not just with your eyes, but with your inner sight, your intuition. January born people are often more intuitive than they realize. They notice patterns, they remember details others miss. They may even receive quiet nudges from the world around them through dreams, signs, or moments of stillness that feel like they mean something more. The owl's presence doesn't ask you to change. It simply reminds you that who you are, silent, steady, and deep, is already more than enough. If you ever feel out of place, remember, you are here to see what others overlook, and that is a sacred gift. February. The deep listener, the dolphin's heart. There is something quietly radiant about those born in February. Their spirit holds a softness that doesn't need to be loud to be felt. The animal that walks beside them is the dolphin, gentle, playful, and deeply attuned to the emotional currents around them. Dolphins are not just intelligent creatures, they are empaths of the ocean. They sense energy in ways words can't express. February souls often carry this same gift. They pick up on moods, tones, and the unspoken feelings in a room. Even if they don't always know how, they tend to offer exactly what someone needs: a calming presence, a kind glance, a laugh at just the right time. There's a warmth to them, like sunlight underwater, and yet they can also feel the weight of emotions more deeply than most. Because of this, they may need time alone to recharge, not to escape, but to return to themselves. If you've ever sat beside someone who made you feel peaceful just by being there, you may have felt dolphin energy, not because they fixed your problem, but because they made you feel seen. That's what February born individuals often do: hold space without needing to be the center of it. The dolphin teaches one of the most sacred lessons. Joy and depth can exist together. You don't have to choose between lightness and meaning. You can be both, the laughter in a quiet room and the listener in a storm. February. People often carry this balance in their hearts, even if they don't always recognize it. They are also dreamers, not in a drifting, distant way, but in a deeply connected way. Their dreams often carry messages, and their creativity has roots that run beneath the surface. Whether through words, movement, or simply being, they bring softness into the world in ways that matter more than they know. If this is your month, let the dolphin remind you. Your tenderness is strength. Your presence heals. And your joy, when you allow it, is not just beautiful, it's needed. Those born in March often move through the world with a quiet grace. There is something about them that feels soft, yet steady, tuned into a rhythm few others can hear. Their spirit animal, the deer, reflects this subtle strength. The deer doesn't force its way through the forest. It moves with care, with sensitivity, and with presence. This is the gift of March-born souls, a natural ability to sense the energy around them and respond, not with urgency, but with quiet understanding. They often carry emotions like water, deep, reflective, and always in motion. And though they may seem delicate on the surface, they are grounded in ways that go unnoticed. Their sensitivity is not weakness, it's awareness. They notice what's unspoken. They feel what's underneath. The world at times may feel too fast, too loud, or too harsh for them. And so they seek spaces that feel safe, places where they can soften, recharge, and simply be. Nature, silence, or the company of those who speak gently tend to soothe their spirit, because their hearts were made not for rushing, but for sensing. March-born individuals often carry a touch of the mystical. They may not talk about it, but they feel things deeply. They dream in layers. They imagine more than what the world shows them. And in that imagination lives wisdom, not loud or forceful, but clear and timeless. The deer reminds them that it's okay to move slowly, to pause, to take a breath before speaking, to choose peace, even when others expect intensity. There is beauty in their restraint. There is meaning in their gentleness. And even when they doubt themselves, their presence brings calm to the spaces they enter. They may not always see their strength, but it is there, in the way they remain kind, even when it would be easier not to be, in the way they continue to care, even when it feels like the world doesn't notice. The deer walks with them, silently, step by step, a reminder that the softest path is often the truest one. April, the quiet flame, the fox's insight. April souls often carry a quiet fire within them, one that burns steadily behind the eyes, even if the world doesn't always see it. Their spirit animal is the fox, not for its cleverness alone, but for its calm awareness, its ability to navigate the seen and unseen with grace. Those born in April tend to be both thoughtful and quick sensing. They don't always speak their truth out loud, but they know it. And while they may go along with what's expected on the outside, inside, they're always observing, always discerning. But here's where the fox offers a gentle truth. In a world that rewards speed, noise, and constant doing, it's easy to lose the quiet thread of intuition. April souls sometimes forget that their insight is a gift, not something to hide or second guess, but something to trust. Too often we rush to act before we feel. We speak before we've listened. We follow what looks right, not what feels true. The fox comes to remind us. Slow down. Watch. Listen deeply before you move. There is wisdom in waiting, and there is strength in not reacting right away. April-born individuals are natural pattern seers. They notice things, tiny shifts in energy, quiet truths behind people's words. But in a world that values certainty, this ability can make them doubt themselves. They may ask, why do I see what others don't? Why do I feel pulled in directions no one else seems to notice? The fox encourages them to trust that quiet pull, to stop dimming their instincts just to fit in, and to stop carrying others' confusion as if it were their own. This is the quiet flame, the power to be still in a storm, to wait for the right path to reveal itself, to move not from pressure, but from clarity. April souls are not here to shout louder, they are here to see more clearly. And when they do, their words, their decisions, even their silences become healing in themselves. The fox doesn't beg for attention, it simply knows where to go. And those born in April, when they stop second guessing and start listening inward, do too. May, the Earth Guardian, the bear's presence. Those born in May often carry a quiet steadiness, as if they've always known how to hold space, not only for themselves but for others. The spirit animal that walks with them is the bear, not for its strength alone but for its rooted presence, its ability to be both still and deeply alive. May souls are often grounded without trying to be. They move through life with a kind of natural rhythm, close to the earth, close to what is real. They are rarely swayed by passing trends or loud opinions. Something deeper guides them, something that doesn't need to be explained, only trusted. But the bear also brings a lesson: to rest, to retreat, to honor the rhythm of your own body and spirit. In a world that glorifies constant productivity, it can be easy to forget that slowing down is not failure, it is wisdom. May-born individuals may find themselves taking on more than they need to, caring too much, holding too much. And while they are strong enough to do so, the bear reminds them, strength is not in what you carry, it's in knowing when to put it down. There is a sacred kind of patience in the bear. It doesn't chase, it doesn't rush, it waits until the time is right, and when it moves with certainty. This mirrors the spiritual gift of those born in May, a deep knowing of when to act and when to be still, a connection to natural timing, and a presence that brings others back into balance just by being near. The world often forgets how to be present. We move too fast, we avoid stillness. But May souls carry the medicine of being rooted. They remind us to return to our breath, to touch the ground, to remember that enough is already within us. The bear doesn't try to impress, it simply is. And in that being, there is power. If you were born in May, honor the slowness your spirit craves. Honor your role as a quiet guardian of balance. And when the world pulls you in too many directions, come back to stillness. That is where your true strength lives. June, the mirror of light, the butterfly's change. June-born souls often carry a lightness that feels both delicate and true. There's something about them that shines without effort, like sunlight through leaves or wind across water. Their spirit animal is the butterfly, a gentle teacher of transformation. The butterfly doesn't rush its becoming. It moves through seasons of stillness and change, trusting each phase as sacred. June individuals often reflect this rhythm. They are adaptable by nature, able to shift directions when life calls for it, though not always without inner conflict, because change, even beautiful change, can bring discomfort. And June-born souls feel deeply. They may appear light on the surface, but beneath lies a sensitivity that is constantly reading the world, feeling the energy of spaces, and adjusting to protect their own. In a world that often pushes people to stay the same, the butterfly whispers, evolve. You are not here to remain what others expect. You are here to expand, gently, into who you are becoming. But there's a challenge in this too. June souls sometimes lose themselves in trying to keep peace, to reflect what others need, to remain likable. The butterfly reminds them that being light doesn't mean being invisible. You are allowed to be seen. You are allowed to change in front of others, without apology. Butterflies don't ask permission to grow wings. They simply do. And those born in June are invited to do the same. Your joy is not superficial. It's medicine. Your laughter, your creativity, your ability to find beauty in small things. These are sacred offerings. And when you allow yourself to be fully present, to honor both the shadow and the light, you give others permission to do the same. The butterfly brings a quiet message. You are never too late to transform. You are never too soft to be strong. And you are never too much or too little. You are exactly as you are meant to be. If you were born in June, trust the process of becoming. Even when it's uncertain, even when it's slow, your spirit knows the way. July, the soul swimmer, the turtle's patience. July-born souls often move with an inner calm that feels older than their years. There is a sense of quiet depth to them, like still water that holds much more beneath the surface. Their spirit animal, the turtle, mirrors this, steady, ancient, and always connected to the flow of life. The turtle does not rush. It moves only when it feels the moment is right. And in that movement, there is no panic, only presence. July individuals often carry this same energy. They may not always be the first to act or speak, but when they do, it comes from a place of reflection, not reaction. We live in a world that rewards speed, urgency, and noise. But the turtle teaches a different wisdom: to breathe first, to feel, to remember that there is no spiritual prize for rushing, only lessons missed. Those born in July are often deeply emotional, though they may not show it easily. Like the turtle, they carry their home, their sensitivity, within. It protects them. It also asks for care. Too much time in the wrong environment can exhaust their spirit. They need peace like others need air. And yet, they often give more than they receive. Their empathy is strong. They feel when others are struggling, even without words. But they must remember, holding space for others is sacred, but so is resting in their own space. The turtle teaches, withdraw when needed. Not out of avoidance, but as a way to return to center. There is strength in stillness, and patience is not waiting without movement. It's moving with trust. July-born souls are often the ones who remind others to slow down, to listen inward, to make decisions that come from soul, not pressure. Even if they don't speak it aloud, their way of being speaks gently. There is no need to hurry. What's meant for you will not pass you by. If you were born in July, the turtle walks with you to remind you of your rhythm. Protect your peace, take your time, and know that even in your slowest moments, you are still moving forward. August, the shadow guide. The panther's knowing. August-born souls often carry a quiet intensity. Even when they smile or keep things light, there's a depth behind their eyes that hints at something more, something ancient. Their spirit animal is the panther, a creature of silence, shadow, and spiritual clarity. The panther doesn't need the light to see. It navigates darkness with ease, not out of fear, but familiarity. August individuals are often the same. They move through life with a hidden wisdom, sensing things others don't talk about. They know when something is off even before anyone says a word, and more importantly, they know how to walk through it. But the world often misunderstands quiet power. People expect strength to be loud, bold, obvious. Yet August-born people teach a different truth. Real strength is presence. It's knowing who you are without needing others to confirm it. Still, this inner power can become heavy, because those born in August often feel responsible for others' feelings, for holding situations together, for staying in control. And over time, that can become exhausting. The panther offers a reminder. You don't have to carry everything. Your worth does not come from holding everything together. You are allowed to rest, to release, to let things fall that are not yours to save. The panther also teaches you to embrace your mystery. In a world obsessed with being fully known, fully understood, there is beauty in remaining partly hidden. Not because you're afraid, but because you know the sacredness of your own depth. You don't need to explain your path. You don't need to translate your feelings. You only need to trust your own knowing. August souls often hold a fierce intuition. They are protectors, but also visionaries, able to see what's possible long before others do. And when they trust that inner guidance, they become incredibly powerful. Not in dominance, but in truth. If you were born in August, walk with your panther spirit in peace. Let it guide you inward, not away. And remember, your silence isn't empty. It's filled with meaning. September, the soul tracker. The wolf's loyalty. Those born in September often walk through life with a quiet sense of purpose. Even when they don't fully understand their path, something within them is always seeking direction, seeking truth. Their spirit animal is the wolf, a guide of instinct, integrity, and quiet devotion. The wolf doesn't wander without meaning. Its steps are thoughtful, its awareness constant. September souls often share this sense of careful observation. They don't leap without first sensing the ground beneath them. They move through life with eyes open, heart guarded, but deeply loyal to those they trust. This loyalty is not casual, it's sacred. Once September-born individuals bond with someone, they carry that person in their energy long after the conversation has ended. They remember the details. They notice what others overlook. They care, not loudly, but deeply. And yet, their giving nature can become a quiet burden. Because they often give more than they receive. They carry responsibilities that weren't meant for them. They sacrifice their peace to keep others comfortable. The wolf offers a gentle lesson here. You don't need to lose yourself to stay connected. True loyalty never asks you to abandon your own needs. You are allowed to protect your energy, even from those you love. The world often praises independence without connection, or connection without boundaries. But the wolf walks the middle path, interdependence. A sacred knowing that we are not meant to walk alone, nor to carry each other endlessly. September souls often feel a deep pull to serve, to support, to guide others toward clarity. This is beautiful, but it must begin within. Your guidance becomes powerful when it's rooted in self-respect. Your care becomes healing when it includes you. The wolf reminds you, listen to your inner compass. It knows where you belong. It knows who you are, beyond your roles, beyond your habits, beyond the image others hold of you. If you were born in September, let the wolf walk beside you as a reminder. You are not here to fix the world. You are here to walk with it, honestly and steadily, step by step. October, the silent watcher, the raven's wisdom. October-born souls often carry a presence that feels both calm and mysterious. There's something in their gaze, a stillness that suggests they've seen more than they let on. Their spirit animal, the raven, is not a symbol of darkness, but of insight, the ability to see what others cannot, and to hold space for what is unseen. The raven does not chase answers. It observes. It listens. It allows truth to rise, rather than forcing it to appear. October individuals are much the same. They move through life picking up pieces others overlook, connecting threads others don't even see. This gift of perception, of quiet depth, can be both a blessing and a weight. Because when you see what's hidden, it can feel lonely. You sense when people aren't speaking their truth. You notice when something is off in the room. You understand patterns, stories, emotions, before anyone puts them into words, but not everyone wants to be seen. And October souls may learn to silence their own knowing to make others comfortable. The raven comes to remind you, your insight is not too much, your depth is not a flaw. You are not here to dim your vision, you are here to honor it. The raven teaches that wisdom doesn't always speak, sometimes it simply knows. And you don't need to explain your intuition to others for it to be valid. October-born individuals are often drawn to the mysterious, the symbolic, the in-between spaces. They find meaning in dreams, patterns in chaos, and truth in silence. They may feel misunderstood, even when surrounded by people, because few recognize how far their thoughts really reach. The raven asks, can you trust your inner knowing, even when others cannot follow it? Can you accept that some truths are meant to be kept close, not shared? October souls are often here to hold a kind of sacred mirror for others, but you must also turn that mirror inward, see yourself clearly, and honor the quiet power you carry. If you were born in October, let the raven walk with you, not to make you louder, but to make you truer. November, the soul shifter, the snake's shedding. Those born in November often walk between worlds, the seen and the unseen, the spoken and the deeply felt. There is something ancient about their presence, something that suggests they've lived through many endings and beginnings, even in this one lifetime. Their spirit animal is the snake, not for fear or danger, but for the sacred act of transformation. The snake sheds its skin when it no longer fits. It doesn't mourn the old, it honors it, then lets it go. November souls are called to live this way too. To change, to grow, to release what no longer supports their truth. But shedding isn't easy. It asks for honesty. It asks for quiet. It asks for the willingness to stand alone, even briefly, while the new self forms beneath the surface. November-born individuals often feel this deeply. They may carry emotions others don't understand, grief without words, intuition without proof, a longing for something just beyond the reach of language. They are not here to stay the same. They are here to evolve again and again. The snake teaches, let go without shame. There is no failure in outgrowing what once fit. There is no weakness in release. There is only the quiet strength of honoring your truth. Yet November souls may resist this. They may cling to roles, relationships, or ideas out of loyalty, guilt, or habit. They may fear the judgment that often comes with change, but the snake whispers, you are allowed to grow in ways others don't understand. You are not here to remain palatable, you are here to become real. There is healing in release. There is power in beginning again. And there is deep peace in knowing that who you are is not fixed, but fluid, sacred, and evolving. If you were born in November, trust your seasons. Trust your call to transform, even when it's quiet, even when it's misunderstood. You are not broken. You are becoming. And each layer you shed brings you closer to the core of who you really are. December, the silent seer, the owl's inner sight. Those born in December often carry a quiet depth that feels like winter air, clear, still, and filled with unseen meaning. There is something about them that suggests they've always known a little more than they let on. Their spirit animal is the owl, a creature of night vision and inward wisdom, who reminds us that truth often arrives in silence. The owl doesn't rush to speak. It waits. It listens. It sees what others cannot see, because it's not afraid of the dark. December souls often reflect this. They are not here for surface-level truths. They are drawn to what's underneath, the hidden feeling behind the words, the quiet message in a passing glance, the deeper reason behind life's timing. There's a calm strength in that. But it can feel isolating at times, like knowing something others don't yet understand. December-born individuals may spend years learning to trust this deeper knowing, especially when it doesn't match the world's noise. The owl teaches, it's okay to be different, it's okay to move slowly, to think carefully, to speak only when something needs to be said. Not everything sacred has to be loud. Those born in December are often gifted with insight. They can see through illusions, sense hidden motives, and feel the quiet pull of destiny. But with that gift comes a choice, to live from the surface or from the soul. The owl invites you to choose the soul again and again. To follow what feels true, even when it leads you away from comfort. To rest when others chase. To ask better questions instead of reaching for easy answers. December souls often feel like old souls, not because they're tired, but because they remember something deeper. A rhythm, a silence, a meaning that can't always be explained. They are here not to teach with words, but with presence. If you were born in December, honor your inner vision. You are not here to fit into the world's pace. You are here to feel beyond it, to trust what you know without proof, and to walk gently, holding space for truth as it arrives. Perhaps the most misunderstood truth is this. Your birth was no accident, but a spiritual decision made by your soul. The month you arrived carries a deeper message, one your spirit chose long before your body formed. These animals aren't just symbols, they're mirrors, showing you what's already within. So, what part of you is asking to be seen now? What truth have you always quietly known? Share your birth month and how it resonates in the comments. I would truly love to read and connect with you. This journey is gentler when we walk it together.